Hi, welcome to the adventures of Vampir's Kiss and Angel. Today, I'm talking about something more serious. So today, I'm Kim. Sorry, I'm stuttering. I'm not used to doing videos all by myself. Anyway, I'm going to just briefly tell what prompted me to want to do this video. I'm not sure of the exact date because nothing ever seems to be reported in the news when it happens. But another family is what I should say, had their moving van stolen and all their belongings, and lost everything. Animals, they had a dog and 3 cats, and I don't know, this particular story really hit me, and it hit me kind of hard, and I was really upset. And I said, you know, we need to do something. The police aren't doing anything. These hotels and motels the travelers are staying at don't seem to be doing anything or seem to care. And so I thought, well, what can I do? And so I thought, well, I have this YouTube channel. What I can do is I can express how I feel and what is going on here in the city of Albuquerque, and I can just tag this thing up a storm with every name I can think of, so that when people are searching for things that maybe possibly they've come across this video, maybe they'll stop, look, and listen. So that's why I'm doing this. Okay, first, this was reported by one of our local news stations, Channel 7, KOAT, Coat. Anyway, in 2017 and 2016, Albuquerque was #1 per capita, according to the National Insurance Bureau, in auto thefts. Okay, that's pretty bad. They said that there was, oh my God, I didn't write that down. Oh, here it is. In 2016, we had 10,011 car thefts. In 2017, 9,989 car thefts, which equals out to 1,097 per 100,000 people that lived here. We only came in second to Anchorage, Alaska, which is, I mean, we didn't come in second, we were above Anchorage, they were first. Anyway, among those, you know, the car thefts, there are the people that are traveling, who I believe are even more vulnerable than the people who live here, because we kind of know what's going on, and many of us are already doing things to try to stop these, you know, thieves and these gangs from doing things. The people who travel are really vulnerable. They don't know that they shouldn't stop in Albuquerque and that they should keep on moving. And I belong to many Facebook sites. A couple of them are the Albuquerque Metro Watch, Albuquerque Crime Watch Community, and the Metro Stolen Vehicle Watch. And many of the people on there say that there should be bulletin boards on 40 in both directions and on 25 in both directions, telling and warning these people not to stop here. You know, just move on to the next city. Because what is happening is they're staying in these motels and hotels that are really close to the Big I, which is where 40 and 25 meet, and they're like staying close to the downtown area and Central, and these are just really high crime areas. And what's happening is they're waking up in the morning and they are finding that their moving van is gone. Some of them have been towing vehicles. I mean, everything is gone, and it's terrible. I mean, there was one where this was in, oh, golly. Well, was it during 2000? Yes, September 11th, 2017. A family was traveling. They had reached their destination, Albuquerque. They were coming from Oklahoma. They were going to bury their father at Kirkland Air Force Base. And when they woke up in the morning, they were staying, I guess we don't know where they were staying because it's not on it wasn't on the article.
Okay, where's, the Residence Inn on Yale and Gibson.
The Residence Inn on Yale and Gibson, which would be not far from the Air Force Base. And they woke up in the morning and the U-Haul was gone, and in this U-Haul was her father. He was not cremated, he was in an actual casket because they were going to bury him. Well, this family was lucky, even though that their stuff had been stolen, they got it back, because I imagine when the thieves seen that there was a casket inside the U-Haul. Let's hope
It was found a
it's-
couple blocks away, so obviously that's where they stopped, opened it, and they seen her
Oh
father.
yeah, on Golf
Yeah.
Course at Gibson and Girard,
Mm-hmm.
and everything was intact, and they got everything back. But I mean, you know, there's some unscrupulous people out there. This one that just happened that upset me so bad this last weekend, in their U-Haul, they were at the La Quinta Inn on I-40 in Coors, and it was a Penske truck that they were hauling, and I don't know what kind of vehicle, but it looked like it was maybe a Jeep or something that was on a flatbed trailer. They stole it from the La Quinta, and they brought it to where Route 66 is on I-40, and that would have been west of where they were at. And what the thieves did, they probably took what they wanted, and they set the rest of it on fire. And it was right across the street from or not across the street, across the highway from where the casino is. And inside the car was their little dog, cute little thing, a little dachshund, and three cats. And because their cats and their dog get very nervous, and that's why they left them in their car. And fortunately, they got the dog back, but they're still looking for the cats. And I mean, they lost everything. These people came from New Hampshire, or was it Maine? Well, back east. And everything, they were newlyweds. They'd only been married a year and a half. Everything they had was inside that moving van. And
Her mother's ashes too, wasn't it?
yeah, her grandmother's ashes
Grandmother's
were also in there. She lost her grandmother's ashes. And, you know, birth certificates, we're talking passports, you know, anything you can imagine that you own that is part of your life. That's what these people are losing. I mean, I have pages here and pages of incidences, which, by the way, I would like to say this. Jamie and I both did research on this, and these stories were not easy to find. It was like they were buried. I mean, we used every word we could think of, you know, theft, stolen, you know, you think of it, we tried it. And these stories were really, really hard to find. And we also believe that the only reason these were able to be found was because they were covered on the news, where we're sure that there's probably just as many, if not twice as many, that are never reported on the news because they haven't got some heart-wrenching thing as, you know, their grandmother's ashes, their dogs, you know, their father's body. Or in one case, it was a German family who flew here. The husband had served down at Holloman Air Force Base during the German War, and he wanted to come.
Part of the German military.
Oh, he was part of the German military. I'm sorry. Anyway, they wanted to come, and they wanted to, you know, visit down there. He wanted to, and he was bringing his family along. And they were eating at Denny's, and I believe that Denny's was off of I-40 in Coors also. And they had one of those rent RVs, and while they were eating at Denny's, it was broke into. They stole all their passports, their travel vouchers, money, and they had a disabled child. She was young, or she is young, I should say, and she had to have a eating
machine. Yeah, they call it a pump, like an eating pump.
an eating pump, yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And they even stole that. Now, what would a thief need with that? I mean, really. And thank God, you know, the community was outraged, and the news, I think it was Channel 13 or Channel 7 did a news story on it. And thank God, a family came forward that no longer needed a food pump for their child and donated it to this family. But I mean, you know, these are the things I'm talking about, and these are getting the coverage where, you know, somebody who, like, I found one story on Reddit, it's called, where this man was coming from Oklahoma. He was passing through here to go to California. He was on an assignment. He doesn't say what kind of an assignment, but he was also eating. He was at the Hilton Garden Inn, and he was eating at the Hilton. And it was about 45 minutes there also. And in the time it took him to eat, somebody had broken the window in his car. He didn't say what kind of car. This was the Hilton Garden Inn on America's Parkway off of I-40. That would be down in that same area I was explaining to you earlier. Anyway, he had all his suitcases stolen, his passport, I don't know what he was doing with his college ring. That was one of the things he had mentioned too. But he did this whole write-up on it and said that he had called the police 911. 911 said this is an emergency. You need to call 242 cops. And he was on hold for 30 minutes. And then he was like waiting for like another 45 minutes, and he called back 911, and then 911 didn't even answer the phone. I mean, can you believe that? And this was a Thursday night. He commented on that. And when the police came, they just really didn't care. They took the report, and that was about it. So I guess he's doing something towards the Hilton Garden Inn. I don't know if he's going to get anywhere with that, but anyway, that's beside the point. But I mean, here's another one in September of 2017. That's weird. This was at the Hyatt Place Hotel in Northeast Albuquerque. The Chavez family had their U-Haul stolen. A trailer with 2 ski-doos or sea-doos. I think that those are the ski things that go in the ocean. They were coming from Phoenix. They never got any of their stuff back either. And I mean, there's just pages and pages. Here's a family, this is 2015, but and I remember this story. This family was traveling, they broke down, and they had 2 cars stolen, a Lexus and a truck. They found the truck, but the truck had damage to it. They never did find the Lexus, and they ended up being kind of trapped here for a while. They had to do a GoFundMe page to help that family get to where they were going. I mean, there's just, it's just not right. I mean, here's one at the Days Inn in Albuquerque. That would also be right there in that I-40 Coors area that I was talking about. And I'm not naive. I know this kind of stuff happens in other cities. But when it seems to be something that is so much in the I don't know how to explain that. It just seems like we hear about it a lot here. And I mean, when I see people going, I'm coming to Albuquerque, where should I stay? My first response is, don't come to Albuquerque. It's dangerous here. I mean, and if you do, sleep in your vehicle. I mean, I seriously told that to a cousin that was coming from Colorado. I forget where they were staying, but I said, if you're going to come to Albuquerque, sleep in your truck. Don't leave your truck in the hotel parking lot. And I think she thought I was kidding, because the next day, she messaged me on Facebook and says, we were talking to people in Albuquerque and they were saying the same thing you said. So, it's not just me. It's you ask anybody, that pays attention to the news and watches these things. This is an epidemic in this city. It really is. And people have no respect for anybody. It's quite sad. Anyway, I wanted to kind of close. Do you think I told enough about the different families that have been impacted by this? I kind of wanted to, this is the wrong page, I'm sorry. I have so many pages because I'm a disorganized person anyway. I wanted to say, if you're traveling I-40 West, I-40 East, I-25 East, from the way south, or I-25 north, instead of coming to Albuquerque, stop in Gallup. Gallup has a wonderful place called Fairfield Inn Suites. Jamie and I can actually give this place 5 stars. Excellent breakfast, great place to stay, real nice motel. Had no trouble when we stayed there, and it cost about $84 a night. And you're going to pay that, if not more, here in Albuquerque. So that's in Gallup. So if you're coming east, stop in Gallup. Don't come to Albuquerque. Just get up in the morning and drive right on through, okay? And if you are coming the other way, west, Moriarty. Moriarty's a nice little town. It's a Route 66 town. Got lots of neon, really cute little place to actually take in some ambiance. They have a Best Western there and a Comfort Inn. They range from $91 a night to $76 a night. Socorro, that would be if you were like I-25, that's south of here. They have a Holiday Inn Express. Yes, it's kind of expensive, but Jamie and I we've stayed at this Holiday Inn. Nice, great breakfast, nice rooms, clean. It's about $134. But you know, if you look on, you know, other sites, I'm sure you can get it just a little bit cheaper. And they have a Best Western there too that runs about 85. And then if you're going I-40, or not I-40, apologize, I-25 up towards Colorado, Santa Fe has a slew of motels and hotels. I mean, I just wrote down this one, the Drury Inn. I mean, I know you get a lot of bang for your buck at the Drury, and so that would be a nice one to stay at. But seriously, I cannot tell you, from my heart to everybody's heart that's watching this video, please, I don't want to ruin the tourism of Albuquerque, but you really, really need to think about, you know, when you're hauling everything you own, please don't come someplace that you know that there's a problem. Just keep on moving. And you know, even if you have to pay $140 a night someplace else, isn't that $140 worth it rather than risking losing everything you own? It really is. I mean, because you can't tell the future. You know, nobody can tell the future. I mean, everything might have been okay if you stayed, but then again, maybe it wouldn't have been. And I just don't want this to happen to another family. I really don't. And you know, it breaks my heart to know that I live in a place that there's a group of people out there that don't have respect for other human beings. I don't know. You know, we only have, you know, so much time on this earth, and you only have so much time to make an impact while you're here. Do good things, you know, take care of each other. Do it, you know, don't, why hurt people? You know, I'm sure that most of these families that lost these items, you know, lost their lives, if you'd have walked up to them and said, I'm in trouble, I'm in need, I'm hungry, help me, I bet you none of them would have turned you down. So think about that. And please, just keep on moving. That's all I can say. Keep on moving. You want to say anything, Jamie?
No.
Well, thank you for sitting here and supporting me.
And like, you know, Santa Fe and Gallup, not, you know, they're not too far from Albuquerque, so you can't just keep going those extra miles.
Exactly, and they're smaller too, smaller than Albuquerque. I mean, I don't know what the crime rate in those particular places are, but you know, Gallup, you know, is also a Route 66 town. And when we got up in the morning after staying at the Fairfield Inn, we just drove right on down Route 66, and we picked up a lot of cool things. We seen a train and everything. I mean, think about that when next time you come through. I mean, Albuquerque has stuff to offer too, but man, do your stuff during the day and get the hell out at night. That's all I can say. And watch your stuff. Seriously, think about your surroundings. Pay attention to your surroundings. I don't know. I feel like my mother. You know, saying don't do this, don't do that. But you know, wow. You know, if one family listens to what I've got to say and they take this to heart and they don't stay in Albuquerque, and I prevent one thing, then my job here is done, and I've done what I would set out to do. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day. This is Kim. Video out.